Beloved friends, welcome to PMC English. We are understanding the Buddha and his philosophy and his Dhamma. The Buddha had guided the many people who belong to the different categories, different sectors and different ways, and those who are leading their lives in different dimensions. He had given guidance to each and every people at that period. So, when we see the life and the essence of life and what is the end of life, means life is it's a gradual process towards the death. Not that death will come overnight. See, a baby will born on the earth. When he will travel in the future. When the age was growing, he will become 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 24 years old. What is the old? Old is nothing but he is coming near to the death. The age was going behind and he was coming near to the death. So, the life itself is a gradual process towards the death. Then what is death? Death is nothing but it is a natural phenomenon and it is a natural process. Every creature on this earth will experience the death, will see the death. Where the life starts, the end also will be there. Where life will begins, it is the beginning of the death also. Why? Because the life and death are two sides of one coin. If one exists, the other will also exist. It's just a natural phenomenon. Don't take it serious. So, here in the Buddha's period, one woman, her name was Gautami, Kissa Gautami. She is an ordinary housewife. After a long time of her married life, after 12 years, she was blessed with a child. And she had become very much attached with that child. Naturally, the attachment will get. Why? Because after a long time they have children. So naturally the love, the attachment and the craving will be there on the children or anything. Naturally it will come. It's a common nature of human being. So likewise, this Gautami has become very much attached to that child. So unfortunately, what happens? One day, with some incident, the child will die. So after the death of that child, we can imagine the condition of that woman. We can imagine the situation of that woman. So when we get so much attached with that some person or that situation, when it will go away, when it will go far away from us, and that condition was very miserable, and we cannot express in words that situation. So likewise, this Gautami, she was in a very miserable condition and she was crying, weeping and seeing his child dead body. So after some time, what happened? The people had came from the surroundings to see this child dead body, and after some time the people who has come to see that child, they will ask the Gautami, see, give this dead body and we will take this child to the cremation. Then what this Gautami will say, no, no, he has not died, just he has slept. Just he has slept, and if he woke up, he will wake from that sleep. He is not death. And the truth is in front of her eyes, that death is in front of her eyes, but she was unable to understand the truth. Why? Because she was completely attached with that child, and she was completely attached with that situation. She was unable to see the truth, understand the truth. So when the people are asking the body to cremation, she is not giving that child's body. She was taken that child into her hands, and she is telling that I won't give. He is not dead. He is just sleeping. Somebody will come and wake up. She was in that illusion. So after seeing that situation in that group of people, one man will say that if you are having that confidence, he was not die, he was not dead, then you do one thing. So actually this situation, this condition has happened in the kingdom of Shuddhodana and in the Kapilavastu only. So at that moment the Buddha had came to that Kapilavastu empire to see his parents, wife and father. So after the Buddha had came and he was in that kingdom, and a man will suggest to her that you go to the Buddha, he may help you. And now he is not Siddhartha, he has become a Buddha, and he had some power that he will get alive your child. So after listening to these words, so she has taken that dead body and she has ran to the Buddha. And after what happens, at that moment the Buddha was giving the preaching. He was in the satsang, he was in the dharma satsang, and everybody has listening to that, and she was crying and weeping, and that soldiers has stopped her to go inside, and she has struggled so much to enter into that kingdom. And after the Buddha has witnessed this incident, so he had ordered the soldiers to allow her into the satsang. So this woman had came, and she will kept the dead body in front of Buddha, and she will ask, all are saying that he was dead, but in my view he was just slept. Please wake him up. You are having power, you can do it. Just wake him up. He was not dead. She was telling like that and weeping and screaming. So the Buddha had a different way of conveying the message to the people according to the situations and circumstances, according to the mindset of the people. He had chosen a different way. So while coming to the Gautami, he had understood that now she is not having the condition, she was unable to understand the truth, and she was unable to understand the dharma at this moment. Why? Because she was very emotional and she was screaming and weeping, and she was in a very miserable way. Now she don't understand any good words at that moment. Why? Because she was very emotional. So what the Buddha said, okay, I will help you, and I will try to wake up your child. You do one thing. You go in the streets and you just ask the people, go to a house and you take some mustard seeds and come to me. So she was running, and Buddha will keep one condition. What is that condition? The condition was, you should take that mustard seeds from that home where the death has not happened. Nobody should die at that home. So from that home you ask the mustard seeds and get me. I will bring your child back. So she went to the streets of Kapilavastu, and she will ask in every home, and she will wander like that. So wherever she is going and wherever she was asking, in that home, everybody's home, the death has happened. Somebody are saying, my wife has died, my father has died, my children are dead. Wherever she was going, that death was coming as a truth in front of her. She has not found a single house, single home where the death has not happened. So from morning to evening she will roam like that, and she will return back to the Buddha. And then she will ask, why you have given me such type of test? You know very well that where is life, there is death also. Then why you have given me this test? Then the Buddha will say that at that moment you are unable to understand the truth. You are in a very miserable way, you are in a very emotional way, you don't understand the truth. Now when you have gone and wandered in the streets and asked the mustard seeds, and when you are going, wherever you are going, the death is there. Wherever you are asking, the death is there. Why? Because death is the truth. Where there is life, there is death. So just understand the truth of death. Your child has died. He will never come back. Don't cling to the past. Don't get attached with this physical body, and don't get attached with the worldly attractions. Just understand the truth. So the Buddha had given a message to her. Then what happens? That woman had taken the dead body. She herself has cremated the son's dead body in the cremation ground. After that, what happens? She will come to the Buddha, and then the Buddha will give her the Dhamma Diksha, and she will become a monk. After that, while practicing the meditation and while understanding the life and death secrets, she has become enlightened. See, in the life, in so many circumstances and so many situations, we will witness the different types of truths, but we don't understand. We don't understand the truth, and we don't understand the secret of life. We don't understand the essence of life, and we don't understand the purpose of life. Just we will go according to the situations and circumstances, and we will go according to the attractions. So that is the reason why everybody are in the miserable condition. They don't understand the truth of life. They don't understand the life purpose. Just they will go like a robots. Actually, when we see in the spiritual concepts, and I mean a spiritual dimension, death is an illusion. But the people those who are living in the physical world, for them the death is real. Unless until you experience the death while you are living, you don't understand the secret of death. You don't understand the eternal life. So that is the reason why, to understand the experience of death while you are living, you are practicing the meditation. Meditation is nothing but coming out of your body and mind and heart. Become one with your breath. What happens when you become one with your breath? Slowly, slowly, the breath also will wither away. Then naturally, these four will go. Then you will get attached to your energies, your consciousness. Then this consciousness will lead you towards the deathlessness. That is, the Buddha will call samadhi, and that is, he will call that nirvanic state. So, Nibbanam Paramam Sukham. Nirvana is the ultimate bliss. Unless until, if you are not able to experience that nirvanic state while you are living, you don't understand the life, and even you don't understand the death also. Everybody should learn. The first one is art of learning, art of listening, and art of living, and finally art of dying. So when you understand this, you will come out of this miserable conditions, and you will understand the truth of life. And this is the essence he had given to that Gautami, and she has understood the truth. And after she had become enlightened, she has guided so many people. She has guided so many people, especially women who are in that miserable conditions, and she had shared her wisdom, her knowledge, her enlightenment with that different type of people. And life is a misery when you don't know the secret of life, and life is a mystery when you don't realize the truth of life, and life is a puzzle. You have to clear that hurdles, and life is a eternal. You have to know the way of life. So when you know this four essence of life, four secrets of life, then the life is eternal. When the life is eternal, then there is no birth and no death. So if you want to understand this no birth and no death state, you have to accept the truth as it is. You have to accept the reality as it is. Don't cling to the illusions, and don't cling to the situations which are creating the miserable conditions in your life. Understand the truth, and understand the reality, and understand the essence of life. Why? Because when you understand the truth is having different dimensions. The first one is physical truth, and psychological truth, and next spiritual truth. And what is the truth of inner consciousness? If you go according to this truth, and if you are traveling in a truthful way, then one day you will realize the ultimate truth. If you don't understand the truth which are coming across in your daily life, then how you understand that ultimate truth? It's impossible. That is the reason why some lakhs of people, crores of people are doing the meditation, but only some people are understanding that ultimate truth, and only few people are understanding that or experiencing that ultimate truth. But majority people are just wearing a mask as a meditators or a spiritualist, but they are not really becoming enlightened. Why? Because they don't have any zeal. See, in this modern era, while coming to the spiritual path, many people are practicing meditation for health. Some people are practicing meditation for health, and some are practicing for psychological peace, and some are practicing for this attractions, and some are practicing for a showy way, and some are practicing to come out of this psychological feelings and emotions, come out of this emotions. But of course it is one dimension, but it is not complete. Why the Buddha had meditated? What is the reason the Buddha had left the home and kingdom and became a monk and practiced the meditation? Not for this health, wealth and peace and everything. He has done all this for the enlightenment, for the Buddhahood. What is the Buddhahood? Buddhahood means when you are attached with your being, when you are attached with your consciousness, and when you are attached with your intrinsic qualities, then naturally you will become a Buddha. Who is Buddha? Buddha is nothing but, Buddhahood is nothing but your intrinsic quality. Everybody can become a Buddha. It is not a monopoly of Gautam Siddhartha. Everybody can become a Buddha. Those who want to those who are traveling from the this unreal to real, from darkness to light, and from the death to the deathlessness, they will become Buddha. And those who learn the art of living and those who learn the art of dying, naturally one day they will become a Buddha. The word Buddha means nothing but enlightenment. It is the name given to the enlightenment. Buddhahood, Buddha's nature. So when this very body will become a temple, then your mind will become empty. Then your being will become a Buddha. Then this whole universe will become a lotus paradise. And this is the essence of spiritualism, and this is the essence of meditation. And because of this, you are understanding the different categories of the people who are coming in this way. So, when we listen to the story of Gautami, see, when we see the life will give you always the excuses. It's okay, this situation has came, then the next one will be better. It will give some excuses. But while coming to the death, when you see the death, it will awake you in different dimensions. See, in the stories of some enlightened masters, when we see the Buddha story or some other enlightened masters, the most of the people has got awakened after seeing the death itself, not the life. Why? Because the death will give you a message that life is temporary. Life is not permanent. One day it will go. Then how you protect your life? And what is the eternal life? And what is the essence of life? You understand this. Know the art of death while you are living. Know the art of living. So from this story, we have understood that death is a end part of life. It will come like a gradual process. Not one day suddenly you will die. It's a gradual process. And when we see the day-to-day life, when we see our body, our mind, our thoughts, whatever it may be, they will come and go. Nothing is permanent in this life. See, when we see the body daily, within fraction of seconds, some cells are going in the deterioration and some are reborning again. They are rejuvenating, regaining again. And when we see the mind, the one thought is coming, another thought is going, coming and going. And breath, when we see the breath is coming and going. Everything is coming and going. Nothing is permanent here. So in day-to-day life also, every fraction of second and every minute, we are experiencing the death. Why don't you understand this truth? Why don't you understand this condition? So if you understand this, every minute, every second you are experiencing the death, then you will come out of the death. No fear of death. Then the death also will become a celebration when life will become a celebration. So that is the reason why many enlightened masters will say that leading life is somewhat difficult, but death is very easy. Why? Because when you are seeing the death, when you are witnessing the death, you will get some sort of emotions, fear and some type of absurdness, some anxiety, stress. And when you see the dead body, why the people will cry when others die? Means they are not crying that they have left them because of others' death. They will experience their own death while seeing that dead body. So for that they will cry. And why? Because when we see the internal emotions, when we see the inner emotions, so this is the reason. The people will cry while experiencing the death, while seeing the dead body. That is the reason they will cry out of fear or anxiety or stress. So one day I will also die like that. And they will witness their death in the dead body. That is the reason they will cry. Not that they have left them, they have gone far away. Not for, they don't cry for others, they will cry for themselves, and they will while experiencing the death at that moment. See in the Gautami story also, why she was crying? Why? Because she was very much attached to that child. She was our child. So here I and I am had came. So that is the reason why she has cried so much. She has wept in a very miserable way. But when she had understood the truth of life and truth of death, while understanding the Buddha philosophy and becoming a monk, then she has understood the essence. Naturally, when we understand the essence and when we know the secret of life, then there is no miserable conditions. Every situation is happy and every situation will lead you towards the eternal life, or in a very blissful way, in a very healthy way. So understand this, understand the life and understand the death. And when you are coming across a truth, just accept it, accept the reality as it is, and go according to the situations and circumstances. Be in the present moment, learn the art of living and also learn the art of dying, and then you will learn the art of living with the universal consciousness. So when you become detached from this physical world, you will attach to the divinity, and this is the essence the Buddha had given to the Gautami. So she had come out of this miserable conditions and she has become enlightened, and she has taught many people, those who are in the miserable conditions, and she has successfully led her life in the presence of Buddha, and that is the story of Gautami. It's a very great story, and she is a very great enlightened master, and she has contributed so much as her wisdom and knowledge to the society. So friends, understand this, understand the essence of life and essence of death, and art of learn art of living and art of dying in this life only, and become enlightened in this life. So when you know the secret of this life and death, then naturally you will come out of this all bondages created by body, mind and society. Then you will enter into the path of salvation and liberation. Thank you so much.